When God encounters us sinners, He is naturally wrathful, angry, disgusted, and unable to be with us. Indeed, He is inherently angry, enraged, and even judges us. For example, in Exodus 4, we find the story of Zipporah's bloody husband. At first glance, this story seems quite perplexing. Isn't it? At this time, Moses was on his way to Pharaoh, having received a command from God. Alas! But God met Moses at a roadside inn and, out of the blue, charged at him, intending to kill him. The record states that his wife, Zipporah, was so shocked that she hurriedly cut off her son's foreskin and threw it at Moses' feet. God, seeing the blood, stopped Moses from killing him. Exodus 4 verses 25 to 26 states, "Surely you are a husband of blood to me." Now Zipporah said, "A husband of blood, because of circumcision." Here, the husband of blood refers to a husband who was reclaimed through circumcision, or, more accurately, through the shedding of his son's blood. This story teaches us much. In short, God reveals that when He encounters us sinful natural beings, He becomes extremely angry, enraged, and even attacks us. In other words, this story clearly demonstrates how much God hates, loathes, distances Himself from, and attacks sin. At the same time, this story foreshadows the work of salvation that God will carry out in the future. That is, God shows us that when the time comes, He will send His only begotten Son to die on the cross, shedding His blood. This will forgive us, sinners, the objects of His wrath and anger, and restore us to life. In other words, through the shedding of His blood on the cross, He will lead us, who are destined for the eternal lake of fire, to eternal heaven. In other words, this symbolically encapsulates the essence of the work God would carry out through Moses, and the results it would bring. In any case, God is deeply enraged by sin, hates it, and cannot be with it. Therefore, it is absolutely impossible for us natural people to approach God, stand before Him, enter His kingdom, and dwell with Him forever. In other words, all of us humans are condemned by God for our sins, destined for eternal death and the eternal lake of fire in hell.
If you want to know more, please subscribe.